Welcome back live, National Tennis Center in New York, here on USA at the U.S. Open. It's a Champions Night, and already Venus Williams, a two-time U.S. Open champ, has advanced. She'll face Amelie Mauresmo in the semifinals. We're getting ready for Andre Agassi and Max Mirnyi. Let's go down now live to Michael Barkan.
All right, Chris, with the 6th seed, Andre Agassi, and when you think about the fact that they're in many cases here to see you, what are your nerves like as a past champion here when you walk out there?
Well, it's, I think if you don't have nerves, something's wrong. But for me, it's a function of one other person I have to be thinking about, and I just got to handle a little bit better than him. So, that's all I'm focused on.
His game's a lot better than it was last year this time, obviously making the quarterfinals. What does he present for you?
Well, Max is a big game. He's a big serve, big roundies, takes chances, gets in. Just a big guy who likes to cover the net, and he makes you hit quality shots, makes you hit a target. So I'll just need to be on my game straight from the get.
You seem relaxed.
Oh, thanks for noticing.
All right, Andre, good luck. Andre Agassi walking out. Chris?
All right, thanks, Michael. And Andre and Agassi certainly has been playing terrific tennis, has not dropped a set so far. His focus on Max Mirnyi as they head out to the court. That's Big Max from Belarus out in front of him. The crowd ready to go as they head out to Arthur Ashe Stadium. The five-year, listen to the crowd, the five-year centerpiece here at the National Tennis Center as we get a live look at Andre getting ready to go to join Leighton Hewitt in the...
Thanks, Chris. You played your first Open at Westside, right? That was your
first Open, first and only one at the Westside Tennis Club.
Do you ever go back there?
I don't go back there much, but I'm interested in, maybe you want to be part of this group, Ted, of purchasing the Forest Hills and bringing that back and resurrecting, and perhaps if the academy situation doesn't work out here, go to Forest Hills. It's for sale, I hear.
You're an entrepreneur. Mr. Trump next door might like to hear about that, huh?
I didn't mention women, did I?
All right, well, we're going to see Andre Agassi here tonight. It's amazing. He's had some easy runs. This is unprecedented. Andre's never made it to the quarters as easily as he has so far. Obviously a good sign.
He's playing some incredible tennis. I mean, he senses that the urgency that he doesn't know how much longer it's going to go on, and he's certainly playing as if he could go on for a while. But the effort and the will and the desire and the training and the talent, obviously, that's still there that it takes to play at the top level of the game is something that Andre, now married to Steffi and having a baby, 32, you wonder how much longer he can really do it. So this is as good a chance as any. I mean, he's not going to have to put out too much physically because Mirnyi's going to come at him. The points will be much shorter. He hasn't lost a set like you pointed out. That means if he were to get by Max, which I suspect he will, he's going to have plenty left in the tank and he's going to need it when he plays Leighton Hewitt in the semis on Saturday.
Well, how about the moment for Max Mirnyi, a tennis journey from Minsk to Brooklyn to Florida, and this is his best moment ever in singles, and this is, I mean, for him is a remarkable opportunity.
Well, I love Max. I mean, he's really a great story. Came from nothing. You pointed out he started in Brooklyn. He's worked his way up through the mixed doubles ranks, winning a couple majors with Serena. I love to tell the story that he started only playing mixed doubles, started playing doubles. Who would have thought now, if you look at Max Mirnyi at 25 years of age, that he'd be as dangerous as he is? Because trust me, we mentioned the names of Wayne Arthurs and Greg Gruzetsky. The other guy that's thrown out there is Max Mirnyi, and if he keeps going the way he is, he's not going to be one of those unseeded players. He's getting up to the top level of the game. There's his results to the quarters.
All right, now you mentioned him. You think Agassi's going to get through, but how can Max Mirnyi beat him tonight?
Well, you're going to see how he could beat him in this first game, Ted, because this guy has a massive game. He's got one of the biggest serves in the world. And he's an excellent athlete. He's very, very flexible for a guy his tall, and he comes forward. He's eager, and that's on a line.
All right, Andre's warm.
How often have we seen that? He just comes right out of the gates. I mean, he goes right at Mirnyi. This is a tough shot, a very pleasurable one to hit, especially when you hit smack on the line. I saw Andre in the locker room before the match. He said he was practicing with Mirnyi once. Obviously, needless to say, a good start Mirnyi hit the serve so hard he hit him in the chest off the bounce. And you can see that Andre's pretty quick on the return of serve. I mean, he likes
about one of the greatest returners ever, and Mirnyi hit him in the chest.
And because that leaves a spot for about a month, Andre did not forget that. He's got a lot of respect for Mirnyi, and he should. This guy can play. Look at that's. I'd be amazed if that was only 110 miles an hour.
6'5", Mirnyi. When the satellite tour he picked up from a good friend, the nickname the Beast. It's stuck. Has it on his equipment bag. He was the doubles champion in the men's doubles here 2 years ago. There's the Beast.
Well, you know what's scary though? I mean, he's hit
with Leighton Hewitt. And Hewitt with the doubles champions here.
Interesting.
Thanks.
Tandem there. He's hit 4 massive serves. He's down 15-40 in this first game. 2 break points for Agassi. He's had to up the ante now 129 miles per hour to save the first one.
Mirnyi with 11 doubles titles in his career. 2 mixed doubles in the slams, but no singles titles. Another tall guy is a late bloomer in singles.
He's got an incredible work ethic. Oh, man. Talk about a return of service game. The first point, he hits a topspin lobbler. The second point, he goes by Mirnyi with the forehand cross court. This point takes the backhand, smack up the line. I mean, it's scary how good Agassi's playing so far. The only good news for you fans out there, this is a great Wednesday night crowd at the USTA National Tennis Center. Look at what we've seen so many times, Agassi's bio, is that Mirnyi's not going to go away. He does not get easily discouraged. Phenomenal record here, needless to say. 2-time champ.
Sit down, please. Thank you.
Agassi's, as we see, just is blown by every opponent.
24 games total he's lost in his first 4 matches.
Yeah, okay, well, returning the favor there is Mirnyi. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to look to take the second serve, preferably of Agassi, move forward, and he's going to come in. He's going to come in off the serve. And I think it'd be a mistake for Mirnyi to spend too much time in the baseline. You see that they did meet rather recently, about 5 weeks ago in LA. Agassi with the easy win in the semis.
Well, the other thing we should mention about Mirnyi in his career, John, and I don't mean this as a pun with the guy 6'5", but he does have the reputation of being a giant killer. He's got a lot of terrific wins in early rounds of tournaments.
You can see why, the way he plays. He's talking about not getting rhythm. Here it comes. Yep. This is 2 fabulous games from on the return. And that's pretty good stuff for Mirnyi to bounce back like that, like he did. I mean, he was hitting the ball clean as a whistle himself.
What Mirnyi hasn't been able to do, follow up those terrific wins he's had in early rounds and string it together and win a title. Won final last year in Stuttgart.
In 1998, he finished the year in singles at 264 in the world. That's when he won the 2 mixed doubles crowns. You may have heard of her, Serena Williams. They won Wimbledon and the U.S. Open. The next year, he moved his ranking singles up to 75 in the world. He finished 2000 at 40, 2001 at 35. He's been as high as 28 in the world, and this is going to take him into the top 25, Mirnyi, win or lose. You know what his record is, including his 4 wins here for the year? With that record,
Okay.
ranking 23 and 23. You were ready for me.
Mirnyi's route in tennis began when he was a kid in Minsk in Belarus. His father got him playing tennis at an early age, but when he was 14, they decided opportunities were better here. And the first place they came, he and his father, was to Brooklyn. He spent a little less than a year here, I believe it was, before they relocated to the Bollettieri Academy in Florida.
Well, that may have been when Belarus was still a part of Russia. So that's the Russian contingent moving into the Brooklyn area. Then Belarus formed its own country, and time to move down to Florida. There's his pop right there, and Nick Bollettieri, who's another guy who's had success with. You got to hand it to old Nick. Nikolai Mirnyi. He's been around Max from the beginning. True believer. Why not with that game?
So 2 breaks and then a hold for Mirnyi to start the match. 4 majors. Andre Agassi serving at 15 all. 1-2 first set.
Come on, Teddy, let's call us a match here tonight. You don't like my Elvis impression?
Did you hear what they
wasn't
played?
very good, I
Did you hear what they played for Andre when he came out tonight?
Viva Las Vegas.
They played.
And that tease there, little Elvis. He spent some time in Vegas.
One of the best descriptions I've ever heard. I've got to give credit to a friend and a talented writer, Scott Ostler at the San Francisco Chronicle, called Andre the reverse Elvis. Someone that was a little bit rudderless perhaps and lost in Las Vegas as a teenager, but in his later years as a tennis player has become as dangerous as anybody. And there's his new coach this year, Darren Cahill, veteran Aussie. And they know what's at stake. If Andre can win tonight, there'll be some feeling on Saturday.
Leighton Hewitt again in the semifinals.
Whom Cahill coached. Oh, the hold for Andre to 2-all.
And Andre can improvise as well. Right there, it looked like he was going to be off balance, but he quickly flicked that racket. He's got the ability to just improvise from any place in the court now, and that's why Agassi has come on so strong these last 3 years. Winning a French Open, winning the U.S. Open, contending consistently at Wimbledon. A couple heartbreaking losses to Rafter in the semis, that match with Pete in the finals. Lesser men, he would have been holding that trophy as well.
Low 15.
Mirnyi's dilemma, he knows he's going to have to put a lot of heat on both the first and second serve. Variety key to keep Agassi off balance. like a Ted Williams out there. He's got the classic stroke, compact. He uses his opponent's pace. I'm talking about Agassi, and he'll need to do that when you see serves like that being hit at you. Facing the 100-mile-an-hour flamethrower. A young Randy Johnson, a little wild, but loads of ability. He's an incredibly strong man.
30-15.
Surprisingly flexible. You see, he's got an excellent motion. See, he uses his knee bend. He turns his shoulders. He rotates his hips. That's why he can get so much power, along with the work ethic I described earlier. And he decides to pull a Michael Chang. We used to see that at some of the events. He'd move way over near the doubles alley and hit serves, but he's not going to fool Agassi. Agassi knows full well as we approach 9 o'clock here live. That view of Arthur Ashe Stadium. He's going to have to keep that ball low to Mirnyi, a big guy, keep him working, bending. Gives him a chance to go for that pass. Ball comes back.
I just think, John, how wonderful this week is in New York after a Wimbledon when Andre and Pete and all the other American men were gone quickly. Here we come down into week 2, and here's Andre playing one quarterfinal night. Pete and Andy Roddick tomorrow night. And 3 American women through to the semis.
Yes.
They're double by Mirnyi.
Max Mirnyi worked for a good part of this year with Brian Teacher, who is a former top 20 player himself, who helped Ruzetsky get to the finals here at the U.S. Open. Coaches Marissa Irvin on the women's side as well. Surprisingly, they split up during the tournament in L.A. Now that's a first. Mid-tournament, when he was still in.
Advantage.
Matt,
he made the semis there.
Good job. You're in the quarters. Matt, by the way, Brian, see you later. A weird decision there. Not an easy guy to lob over, as you can see.
At 6-5 he stands, and we're stay on serve in the first set.
Mirnyi needs 3 games.
Agassi serving 2-3 first set.
Now, what is Mirnyi? He's the beast.
The beast.
Agassi's the Punisher.
I thought you were going to say he's the beauty.
Well, you punish that for him. He's a beautiful man, and of all the players, Ted, out there that I've been around the past 20 years, I've got to put Andre Agassi #1 at giving back.
Yeah.
In terms of what he's done, starting his own school in Las Vegas, his charity that he puts together, or he's put together a number of years where he gets some world-class talent, Don Henley and Elton John, among others.
And even though Andre and Steffi Graf have kind of forged a second home in Northern California, Las Vegas is still his home. And
we see there again, Agassi clips the line. He's going to need to hit lines against Mirnyi, who's on the attack and the prowl.
a hold at love, and it's 3-all. And on this spectacular evening in New York, all of our overhead shots again coming from the Fujifilm blimp. 2 weeks flying above New York. Not always the best weather, but making up for it here near the end of the U.S. Open.
And who can forget Mirnyi last year? That 2 sets he was up almost put Gustavo Kirten out. That was in the 3rd round, a heartbreaker. A couple years ago, Magnus Norman, who was at the top of his game then, the top 10, he lost 7-6 in the 5th there. 11-9 in the tiebreak.
And you think, John, not only is this the first quarter for Mirnyi, this is the first time he's ever gone past the 3rd round in a slam. And I'm puzzled looking at his serve. You would expect Wimbledon would be a place where he would have success.
I couldn't agree with you more. This year at Wimbledon, he lost in the 1st round to another big bomber, Taylor Dent. The winner of that match played Jan Michael Gamble. Dent got by that. 2 big grass court wins. Loses to Wayne Arthur. Speaking of a tough guy to deal with on grass. Talk about an interesting section of the draw there. Well done by Mirnyi to go behind Andre. Keep him guessing. Uses that huge wingspan.
13-15.
Andre's already stretching. He's got to be thinking he's going to go cross court. No, he stops himself pretty good just to get that ball back, but knows he's in trouble there. Amazingly, here's the tricky Fabrice Santoro beat Mirnyi easily. Just chopped him to pieces. No pace, and that's the type of thing that Mirnyi doesn't like. That's a good thing by Andre there. Not wait for that ball to bounce, take it early. He loves to swing at those volleys. He controls them exceptionally well.
You seen anybody better at that shot?
No, I think that I don't recall. I'm gonna have to think about that, but off the top of my head, no. Shang Shalkin, to me, though, who's in the quarters, and we congratulate him. He looks more comfortable swinging at volleys than the normal volley. He'll be playing tomorrow afternoon against Fernando Gonzalez. One of those 2 gentlemen will be in a Grand Slam semifinal. He'll have a little trouble sleeping tonight, those 2, I suspect. There's that serve right at Agassi. Watch out. That's a mean body serve.
So Mirnyi, after being broken once, holds on for 4-3. Well, that's coming tomorrow. Tonight, Andre Agassi trying to get by the challenge of the big serving Max Mirnyi.
I like that graphic there. Red, white, and blue. Andy versus Pete.
Well, it's 15 all here, and you know the match we're going to see tomorrow night here at 7. The last time I can think of a meeting like that involved this guy 14 years ago. And that was when the teenage Agassi, with a full head of hair, met Jimmy Connors in the quarterfinals. The first time they'd ever played, and it was in the quarters of the Open. Agassi won it in straight sets.
Mirnyi getting a little too cute for his own good, trying to keep Agassi guessing. You notice there that Roddick has not lost to Sampras. 2-0 lifetime. U.S. Open, different situation.
Yeah. Last meeting they had was on clay this year.
On clay in Houston.
Right.
What Mirnyi wants to do, what Sampras did to Haas last night, which is not let him get in any rhythm or groove, just go for broke, keep the points short, take his chances, at the same time play within yourself. You can see he can come with the heat on a regular basis. And there's where that huge reach paid off for Max.
And he's already done, John, more in this set than anyone's done in 4 prior matches against Andre. Winning 4 games, getting this game to deuce. First ace.
He just unleashed the biggest serve of the match at 121 miles per hour. Left by Mirnyi in a hurry. Very high quality tennis so far. Second of 4 men's quarterfinals. Leighton Hewitt, the first kicking back in the hotel, already in the semifinals with 2 days off.
Yeah, wicked spin on that.
He says, I don't need that much time off. Barely need a day off. Well, that's why that serve was so effective, as it spun it away from Mirnyi. He's also learned to use that serve advantageously, Andre Agassi, at 32 years of age. And you could argue, and this very, very few people, if any, that I can recall can say this, that he's maybe better than he's ever been these last 2-3 years. He takes those little steps like our old buddy Vitas Gerulaitis used to do. He keeps excellent balance. He gets it prepared nicely for this ball. See, he's so ready to hit that pass. Again, Mirnyi attacking the body.
15.
It is an underused serve, the serve into the body, and when you can pack the power that Max Mirnyi can, that is an excellent play. And then you throw that one at him. That went from 129 into the body to 101 slice out wide. Unbelievably difficult to deal with.
And Andre knows what it's like, though, to face that serve. Remember the match here last year, 4 sets. And he was never able to break Pete Sampras.
Well, he didn't take long to break Mirnyi. First game of the match. Obviously, Max light years away from what Pete Sampras has accomplished, but he's still got a big serve. Sure you of that. That was not a good decision. Apparently that is part of his game plan, to use that drop shot and drop volley or whatever you want to call that, but that was ineffective. He wasn't in position to cover it either.
See, that right there is what amazes me, John. At 32, that he can move like that.
Never stretches. Rarely, if ever, gets a massage. Yet he moves incredibly well out there. Break point. Now he's got his chance with the second serve. Try to serve out this first set. He can win this point. Mirnyi kept his cool there when it clipped the tape. Max Mirnyi, by the way, is still in the doubles in the quarterfinals, so that potential complication for him. I'm sure he's not too worried about it if he were to get by, but he's got a quarter, semis, and final to play if he were to win this match before the men's semis. But that may be good practice.
Yeah.
It's only 2 out of 3, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, but yeah, right.
3 out of 5 at the end, right?
I don't think so. It's 2 out of 3 in the final.
Oh, Mirnyi goes down, and the ball's out.
Looks to be okay, which is the good news. Andre knows that any lob would have worked there had it gone in.
Mirnyi's doubles partners, one of his better friends in the tour, Mahesh Bhupathi.
Wait a minute, what day is it today? Wednesday or no? It's Wednesday. Okay, so they're going to have to play 2 doubles tomorrow and a final Friday. I take that back because the men's final is Wednesday, Friday at 11.
Well, a longer point, a scrambling point, and Mirnyi won it. And so we stay on serve in the first. Now it's the first challenge for Agassi so far in this Open, and he's getting one from Mirnyi in the first set.
Mirnyi has already been to the net 30 times to Agassi's 5. And that type of attack will continue. The first guy I ever saw do that, Ted, was Paul Anacone. I played him when many years ago. Wasn't familiar with his game. Hadn't heard much about him. He was coming in on my, now admittedly my serve was not huge, but he was coming in on my first and second serve. Every point, the entire match.
And so what did you do when you saw someone that was willing
First
to
I got really angry.
Yeah.
Then I got even more angry when I started losing. At the brink of defeat, accepted the fact that I better do something about it and try to deal with it. Called next time, do my homework a little better, be prepared for what you're up against, which apparently Andre has done. He knows what's going to happen here.
40-50.
Seeing Max around, practice with him, has respect for Mirnyi. He's not taking him for granted. It's Mirnyi's played an excellent first set. And that's why when you see Paul Anacone reunited with Pete Sampras, again, he's trying to push Pete forward. And you saw that he did a very good job against Haas yesterday, controlling play, dictating the type of points he wanted to play. When he started to get tired at the end, he just went for the big shots, and he seized his opportunity.
Talking about big serves, as I was walking out last night, I bumped into Red Amy, Tommy Haas's coach, and the first thing he said to me, he looked, he said, how many aces did Pete serve? They knew it sitting down by the court that they were watching an amazing service performance.
I talked to Nick earlier today, and I asked him, was that the game plan for him to stay back that far back on the serve? And the answer was at times. But Tommy got stuck into that, had decided he was going to stick with that through thick and thin. And I think it cost him there. It allowed Peter comfort zone. The Lord knows I'm not saying it would have been easy to break him if he had stepped in, if Pete served his best, but you've got to try different things. And certainly Agassi would do that, but Tommy Haas will point out, and correctly so, that Andre Agassi, who is arguably the greatest returner in the history of our sport, did not break Sampras in the quarters last year. So when he is on, he is unbelievably tough to break. Again, Agassi seized the ball earlier than 99.99% of mere mortals, not to mention tennis players. He could take a serve that's coming at him at 120 miles an hour and send it back almost as fast right at Mirnyi's feet.
chance.
Well, the best part about that was that Agassi didn't try to overhit on this shot. And in addition to that, when Mirnyi guessed right, he was ready to hit another ball.
15, 40.
And it paid off for him. He's got himself a couple break points. So far, 1 out of 3 he's connected. First game he broke.
Max
is a massive figure up there, and if you don't pinpoint those passing shots, he'll be there.
I like Andre too. He's wise. He knew he was a lost cause. So he's not going to waste any energy.
Wasn't going to run that drop volley down. That wind has a habit of swirling down there, and that's what it's doing right now. Making life a little difficult for these two.
As we heard Venus say in her match, it was tough on Monica Seles.
When I talked to Andre, he said there's never been a match where the wind hasn't swirled down there. Of all the matches he's played.
Is that right?
And it's always at this side. The wind will be at his back on this side. And that's unreturnable there. Mirnyi almost gotten himself out of trouble.
5th ace.
Too good. That caught the line.
Wow, in frustration, Andre had 2 break points. Could not get through. First point as Agassi tries to get this set to a tie break.
And what a point from Mirnyi there.
Well, John, the brightest lights he's played under, and the first set, Mirnyi's answered the bell pretty nicely.
Well, he sure has. I mean, he's got the power, we know that, but he's also got some good touch up there at the net. That slice backhand, very effective. Ball stays extremely low on this hard court surface. I don't know why he's going behind the baseline. This is an opportunity for Max to attack Agassi, come in off this serve. He's not going to win a lot of these points. Maybe he wants to prove to the fans out there that he can play from the baseline, and he can. He's a capable ground stroker, but he's not in the league of Agassi. He allows Andre to stay a little more relaxed there, play within himself. I just don't know. I'm sure that Nikolai, his father, Nick Balotelli, are wishing that at love 15, that second serve, he took it to Andre there.
I'll bet you Brian Teacher's somewhere saying the same thing.
Brian is very much so out in California. By the way, Brian, I hope your neck's feeling better. He's been struggling with some sciatica problems.
So Agassi now 2 points to.
And what is that, 45 seconds ago? It's love 15 second serve. Now it's 40-15, about to go to a first set tiebreak. The great ones aren't going to let you off the hook like that.
You know, it's amazing when you're the underdog, as Mirnyi is here. Any chance you have, right? Any chance you have to swing the pressure on the other guy.
I've never heard a ground stroker, the great passing shot artist like a Lendl or an Agassi or a Hewitt, among others, say that I hope the guy comes in on my serve and I have to go right after a passing shot. They prefer to hit a few shots, groove a little bit, then pinpoint those passing shots.
So Mirnyi serving first in the tiebreak. 7 points wins. You must win by 2.
Surprise there. Agassi, is that possibly right?
It's amazing, as odd as it looked for Pete coming in the Open, also sub 500.
There, Mirnyi really took a swat at those first two. So it was the power. Even Agassi had to respect the pressure of the tiebreaker. Crowd a little nervous for Andre now at love 2 in this first set tiebreak.
John, do you feel the big server has the edge in a tiebreak as a general rule?
I thought so, yeah. The big server, a guy who doesn't have to think as much. It's just he knows he's going to come in and attack. That the odds favor that style of play because it's so difficult to come up with those passing shots when the pressure's really high. Of course, that's a serve and volley you're talking.
Well, 3-1 Mirnyi.
Mirnyi's had some wicked kick on these 2 second serves. Bounced way over Agassi's shoulder. The way these things are kicking, they bounce all the way to the backstop. Mirnyi, the serve volleyer, certainly has the edge so far. That's just wide. Whew. Max pumped the fist, but I think he knows that he missed it by just a little bit.
Just
barely. He took the swing in it, that's for sure.
And Andre had to watch that with his hopes of pulling this out. Riding on it. Still alive as he'll serve one more point at 2-4.
What great hustle from Agassi. Mirnyi must know by now this is not working very well. That's a pretty good drop shot, but Agassi, you see how his balance, he keeps that left hand so that he keeps his balance just right. It's textbook there. hits the ball with a lot of spin to bring it down, assuring that ball will drop well inside the baseline. Here's Mirnyi now. 4-3.
Mirnyi.
What volley, though. Credit to Mirnyi there. I mean, Agassi put that return just where he wanted it. Shoestring volley on the line. Wow.
So 3 set points for Mirnyi. The first 2 will be on Agassi's serve.
Right to his best friend, Perry Rogers.
That's perfect.
He couldn't have planned that.
That's perfect. There's Perry, Andre's business manager, high school friend.
6-5.
So
That was too good. They can laugh about it if he wins the tiebreak.
yes. One chance for Mirnyi on his serve. And he pulls it out.
Mirnyi by 7-6.
So far, no problems for this young man from Belarus. Now, Max Mirnyi, who's born and raised in Minsk, Belarus, but came to the United States at 13 as a U.S. citizen. Became a United States citizen in 2000. And at the United States Open, has taken the first set from Andre Agassi, with Agassi holding here to begin the second set.
So I have a question for you then, Ted, because I know you're a diplomat in your spare time. He's a U.S. citizen, but he
Yeah.
plays Davis Cup for Belarus.
Oh, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
You got to explain that to me.
Well,
Can you get away with that?
well, in many countries we don't, but many countries allow dual citizenship, correct? Around the world. That'd be the first thing that would come to my mind.
Guess he could pull off the dual citizenship. Does that mean he could also play Davis Cup for U.S.?
Yes, he's a U.S. citizen.
I don't know. Could play at the same time, or is where's Patrick?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I believe the same. And
He's a pretty good double.
well, you're the captain, and your brother now is, so you guys would know better. But I think it's in the same concept with Taylor Dent. He could play for either Australia.
Well, he
or,
hasn't played for anyone yet. I
Right,
think
but he could play for either
When you
Australia
have
or the
played, I
US.
think there's a 2 or 3 year window, if not longer, where you have to not play for the other country. I
Okay,
suppose.
well, those
maybe
are-
that's it.
Right. You know those rules.
No, I'm not sure I do, actually. The Bryan brothers, who are in the semis here, are still hoping to get a chance to represent their country. That's how Agassi had to get the ball by him, clip the tape, skip over his racket. Mirnyi all over the net. He's sitting there fighting it out. He's not going to give anything away, but there's nothing he can do there.
So 15 all on Mirnyi's serve. It's funny, Johnny says Mirnyi does that. Growing up in Russia, now in American, but the players he feels the most affinity to are the Aussies. That's who you see his father there, who was a
Of course, he can serve that big. Look at that.
Father Nikolai was a outstanding volleyball player, a junior Olympian in Russia in volleyball. But Mirnyi's, of course, came very close to with Leighton Hewitt, with whom he played doubles. Felt a great amount of respect for Patrick Rafter.
Not many people that don't. Patrick Rafter, a new father.
What you think about this? That we hear so many stories of players who became interested in tennis by watching matches when they were a kid. Well, Mirnyi says he really couldn't when he was young in Russia. There weren't matches on TV. It wasn't until he came to the U.S. that he was able to watch tennis.
Here early in this second set. Remember, Agassi broke the first game of the match, but didn't win the set. Now he's bouncing around. He wants to get off to a quick start here. He's only 1 out of 5 so far.
Remember that first set really spun on the 4-all game when Agassi had 2 break points.
That's right.
And Mirnyi held.
So Mirnyi broke right back with a fabulous game of his own. Second game of the match. Going to be disappointing there. Andre didn't hit that return cleanly, and Mirnyi finished it off in a hurry.
So 6 break points now for Andre, and he's only converted 1.
He's never won a singles tournament, Max Mirnyi. He's won 11 doubles tournaments, including the U.S. Open 2 years ago with Leighton Hewitt. And out of those 11 tournaments that he won in doubles, Ted, is with 9 different partners. I think someone want to lock him up. The party's finally locked him up.
Ooh, Andre stays alive
For most of this year.
But here's the question, John, as we get to just why now? Why at 25 is he suddenly, the guy's been that good in doubles, why is he suddenly kicking in singles?
Well, number one, he may not have been given the opportunity. Number two, he's probably he's a big guy. You know, you don't know how comfortable he felt in his body. He's worked extremely hard at his game and his conditioning. He's been on the court for an hour.
Like we saw last year after that epic match with Guga, 5 sets finished late in the night, leaving through the locker room. And there was Mirnyi on the treadmill. So Mirnyi saves another break point and holds for 1-all. Well, we mentioned 25 years ago was the last United States Open at the Westside Tennis Club in neighboring Forest Hills, and there was your last Forest Hills champion. Just introduced during the last changeover, Guillermo Vilas. Was some wild scene on court when he beat Connors to win that title.
They still haven't shaken hands.
And they had a chance today. Our USA spies tell us that Connors was here today on the grounds. We missed nothing.
Vilas was at 2-1 in that match, 5-0, 40-0, when Jimmy thought he got a bad call. He said the match isn't over. I can come back. Again, unsuccessful, that drop shot attempt.
How about that result too? Don Johnson and Jared Palmer, the American doubles team, knocked out today. And there's the big stunner in the women's doubles. Number 1 seed Raymond and Stubbs are out. And The headline team, Hingis Kornikova out, Navratilova and Tulyaganova out. And here we're on serve in the second set. I think Times Square is going to be a little busy tomorrow night. Big night here in New York tomorrow night. Sampras and Roddick.
Watch on the big, isn't the big screen there?
Big screen is just up the street at Rockefeller Plaza.
Mirnyi at 15 love. The ball's going to float wide, and Andre's got a match on his hands. And he knows it.
And it was this night, Wednesday night, quarterfinal last year, when Agassi played Sampras and 4 tie breaks decided the match. Just continuing the serve away, Max Mirnyi at 126 miles an hour. And so it's 2-all second set. Chance tonight to fire away. Ask the Expert. Expedia.com's Ask the Expert at usanetwork.com. We'll choose a question and answer it a bit later on. Second double for Agassi. And comes right back with that.
Well, that's what I think Mirnyi should do, though. I mean, come right in off the serve. I mean, if Agassi hits a ball that good, that's too good. It's not easy to pull off time and time again. Again, as you see so often with Agassi, his opponent's working harder than he is, so that may pay dividends down the road. Mirnyi seems content to go after the Agassi backhand, which to me is solid as a rock. There's the drop shot again. And successful again. They must have studied some tape and thought they saw a weakness there, because he has worked this in a big way so far.
It just seems strange, doesn't it, from the fact that Andre can cover the court. So an easy game for Agassi. Holds for 3-2. Mirnyi up a set. What has been an easy road for Andre Agassi so far has run into its first hurdle tonight. Max Mirnyi, in his biggest singles match ever, has been ready. Won the first set in a tiebreak. We're on serve at 2-3 in the second. And it's really would you like to see a competitor that wasn't frozen by the stage tonight, Mirnyi?
Well, he's been through it before. He's been out there and come up short. Agassi's passing shots were safe enough but effective just over the net there, which allowed him eventually to take charge and flick that backhand away for a winner. He played Kierton here at five-setter at night last year, and then that late match with Norman that went into the night over on the grandstand court. He's had some experience in some pretty big situations here, and he'd like to show what he's made of. He's learned from those tough losses.
Watch from the America Online Go Cam. Now, Agassi, knowing how hard it's been to break Mirnyi, he's had 6 chances, only converted 1. He gives himself an opportunity here.
Late second service.
Well, now the best opportunity he's had. 3 break points.
It was like the serve into the body. That was the return into the body.
Low 40.
Not a good percentage so far, but 3 big chances here.
There it is for Agassi.
Max here just didn't get back nearly enough time. And Agassi quickly, with those little steps of his, keeping him nice and balanced. It's the backhand winner up the line, gets his break.
So the first time that Agassi's been able to play, even though he's not ahead in the match, with even the lead in the set here. Mirnyi now back with the first point on Andre serving. Let's go to Michael Barkan.
All right, Teddy, thank you. With Nikolai Mirnyi, Max's father and coach, and you must be pretty impressed after this first set.
Yeah, but guys, now you come in not in a good time. Max lost his serve, and but we still thinking about good game.
That was a tough one there, backhand by Agassi. What was the game plan coming in? How did you want him to play Andre?
Like usually, like always, me and Nick Balotelli next to me, we always think about only come to the net when you're serving and come to the net when you returning game. This is Max's game. This is Max's way.
What has changed about his game in the past year, where last year he made it to the 3rd round here, then to the 4th round, and now the quarterfinals this year, about to go to the semis if he wins?
So we take all this good way for the winning. What I can say about this?
All right, I know you're a nervous dad now. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I let Nick Lino. Hey Nick, over here. You're like at a permanent seat here, don't you?
I tell you what, I enjoy being by Mr. Mirnyi because that's all Max needs is Mr. Mirnyi. And I think that Max is going to become a great singles player. Very calm and very collective. Stay close to his father.
What changes have you seen in his game this past year?
He's beginning to feel confident that he can be a top singles player as he's proved to be a top doubles player.
Nick Balotelli. Ted and John.
All right, Michael, Andre holding, and he's a game away from evening this match.
Agassi leads 5 games to 2.
So Agassi poised to level this match. Mirnyi will serve here at 2-5.
Michael's always got that perfect timing, doesn't he?
I think that's
Nikolai took it easy on him.
That's the first tennis parent I can recall in a long time that almost rendered Michael speechless. Ace number 10.
Nick Balotelli, though, made a good point, Ted, because you asked earlier, why would it take a guy like Mirnyi so long? And in anything that you do, whether it's sports or whatever job you may have, the belief in yourself and the confidence may take a lot longer for someone else. Years in Max Mirnyi's case. The tools have always been there. I can't imagine he was as big and as strong as this, though, as a teenager. I mean, big. I don't know if he's quite this big.
And just imagine what boost that confidence got from winning the first set when no one had taken more than 3 games from Andre. So the easy game for Mirnyi, but now Agassi has what he wants. The serve for a set apiece.
Love 15.
That looked semi-impressive, but number one, it didn't go in. Number two, had it gone in, Agassi was there and he was off the court. There's another left 15 second serve opportunity that Max has let slip away. There's where it pays off. I wouldn't know it to be 6-5. And that's what his father is talking about. He comes to the net when he serves, and he should come to net when he returns.
And the bounce just over Agassi's racket.
The beast.
Yes.
Pulls it off. That's a great volley.
So Andre gives it a little bit back to Mirnyi.
Andre's not going to wait and let Mirnyi come in there.
Huge point, 30 all now.
A guy like Mirnyi, who's a classic volley, does not need to take any backswing there. And that miss gives Agassi set point.
And he's only put 1 first serve in out of 5 in this game. Andre has. But still at set point. That's where you figured that the previous point had an impact, John. Andre felt to get over the top, he was going to make it so good.
Well, plus, there was more heat on that volley and depth. That's where Mirnyi wants to be. It makes things happen. You hate to have an 84-mile-an-hour second serve and miss the return outright like Max did there.
There's 2 in this game.
Crowd urging Andre on to level this match at 1 set all. He learned from the mistake. He played it safer, went up the middle of the court, and still got the error.
I keep thinking to your point, John, even here where Andre's trying to build some momentum to finish the set off. He can't get it going. He can't get the rhythm going.
What defense. Mirnyi got a little off balance and took the swing at that approach, but Agassi still had to have some fabulous reflexes and high effort to pull that off.
Finally. And Agassi hopes now he'll get some rhythm. One thing he's going to get is the crowd.
We know where you will be too.
Yeah,
Chris.
Where Chris
Plugging away in the studio.
Where he's been for 10 days.
He's been sleeping there.
Morning, noon, and night. And well, we look forward to. I mean, tomorrow night's again, John. There's every year you hope there's that one night here at the U.S. Open where you get the buzz.
My favorite line of the tournament is Pete. Came from Pete Sampras so far when Rosetsky was, bad mouthing him and saying that he lost a step and a half.
It was a good line.
And Pete said, I didn't need a step and a half to beat Rosetsky. Put him in his place rather quickly.
Well, the legend goes that when Andre went to play the Challengers 5 years ago.
By the way, in case we didn't show it, I may not have been paying attention. Mirnyi held there the first game of the third set.
Thank you. So as Andre goes to play the Challengers to regain his confidence and get his game going, comes back and gets greeted in the locker room by Rosetsky and says, welcome back to the main tour.
He's not going to win a popularity contest with these comments, Greg. Likes to put the foot in the mouth. Here, strong first game from Mirnyi. Comes back on the Agassi serve. He's got a chance now. Love won 15-30. You see with a couple unforced errors on the backhand side. Through 2 sets, Ted, Mirnyi has 38 winners, 16 unforced errors. Agassi 36 winners, 16 unforced errors. This is a high-quality affair out there. Excellent matchup between a big server. Speaking of numbers, and a guy loves to play from the baseline.
Again, you flash back, John, to the quarters last year. Andre made 19 unforced errors in 4 sets, but lost the match because I believe 9 of them, if I remember correctly, were in the tiebreaks.
Didn't have a particularly good tiebreak here either, and we notice that a real surprise stat that he's been poor this year. Now 5 and 10 in tiebreaks. It's unbelievable for a guy as great as Agassi. But he got the job done there on the backhand pass.
Seconds.
But you think about what improbable things Andre has already accomplished in his career, John. To win Wimbledon for his first major, the event he wouldn't play. To go to the, have to go all the way back to the Challengers, come back and play. And just shy of his 30th birthday, win the French to give him each of the 4. That's the one he often references as being the most meaningful win.
Put that exclamation point. All 4 of the majors. Who would have thought he could have come back as strong as he's done the last couple years? That's why.
Yes.
Agassi has 7 Grand Slam titles, 53 career singles, a 40-7 match record coming in. Four tournament wins. Well, at least he's tried to shift gears a little bit, go to the forehand, but it's still not working. But he hasn't done well in the majors this year as well as he would have liked. He didn't play in Australia, Andre, had a pull out with an injury. The wrist started bothering him. Ferrero beat him in a tough match in the quarters of the French, and Shishipan really shocked him early second round at Wimbledon. This is big for Andre to get through here. A chance to play the #1 ranked player in the world.
So Agassi, another tough service game, but he holds for 1-all in the 3rd.
One game.
There's Steffi Graf. Probably a little late for Jaden Gill. You know, one of the things that Andre talked about at Wimbledon, John, he changed strings. Went to a new string that many of the players are using to give more spin on the ball, and it worked for him on the clay. He felt very comfortable with it. When he said when he got to Wimbledon on the grass, it really didn't work for him. And he felt that was a major cause of his early exit this year at Wimbledon.
Well, that and Shishipan's high level of play, and we've certainly seen evidence of that the last few weeks from him.
Can you tell? Do you know if he's using those strings as strings that?
No, I think those are darker strings. I think he's back to the old trusty combo play that he uses. It looks like half of it's rope. It's so thick. It's got a string pattern and the formula that's worked for him. He loves to put that rubber band at the bottom to dull that vibration, and here he's got a nice easy winner.
The guy you'll see tomorrow afternoon, Fernando Gonzalez of Chile, uses those new strings combined with just a vicious all-out swing at every ball.
Kierton does, and some of the Spaniards. It's become popular. And Agassi pulled himself back together here. And again, the pressure on Mirnyi now at love 40 early in this third set. Mirnyi has had one chance to break.
Here's a look at Andre's racket.
That was in the second game of the match. No, unlike Pete Sampras, whose strings are very thin and extremely tight, Andre doesn't break a lot of strings. He'll switch after 7 and 9 games. Far thicker variety. Pete may break 3, 4, 5 rackets in a match.
15-14.
Borg used to string his rackets so tight that for every 10 rackets that were strung, 10 would break on this machine. So in order to get 10,
that's a bad 2 for 1.
In order to get 10 strung, they'd have to go through 20. There's the
That's vintage. And Agassi up a break in the third. A lot more tennis in him.
Well, he played Arno Clemone in the second round of that tournament and was down 2-1, 4-5, 30 all on serve, 2 points from defeat. Took 9 straight games to win 7-5, 6-0. Was down 6-1, 4-1 in 2 breaks to the then defending champ Carlos Moya. Stormed back there. That was quite a run for Andre.
His longtime coach Brad Gilbert earlier this year, reflecting on all his years with Andre, said the 2 wins he thought Andre cherished more than any were that French and the Olympics. The gold medal he won in Atlanta.
That's
30-15 now on the third
who he's still in contact with, by the way, on a regular basis. They maintain their friendship. They speak pretty regularly. He just waits for Max Mirnyi to make his move, hits the ball to the open court. An easy winner there. And
14-15.
I guess he has just gotten a second wind or a jolt of adrenaline here. But things were a little tight there. That deuce game, the first time he served, he pulled back and just played an outstanding service game to break. Looking to take this to 3-1 in the third set.
14-36.
So 2 doubles in that game did not occur. And Agassi holds for 3-1 in the third. Well, our Expedia.com Ask the Experts question comes from Cedar Rapids, Iowa tonight. Steve Weston wants to know if there'll be a time when coaches can sit in on the court and coach on-court coaching just like you have in Davis Cup.
It's a very good question. Neither one of us know the answer to it. And it was unlike all sports where coaching is available to the players on a regular basis. You pretty much name any one of them, including individual sports like boxing. Sure, when those Tiger Woods is out there, if he needs a little tip, he can talk to his coach walking the fairways. All the team sports. And would that be a good thing? I think it would be worth trying if it would get more people interested in the sport. It does make it unique in a way that once you're out there, but they're getting coached in a way anyway from the side, as Tommy Haas pointed out, as when he hired and fired his coaches a couple times during the match. Why didn't they help me with my serve? My serve had gone off in the second set.
Would you have coaches dress in 3-piece suits like they do in the NBA, for example? You would have stylish coaches on the court?
Absolutely. Maybe sleeveless coaches eventually, too. Pat Riley look-alike on one side.
So Mirnyi may have an easy one here at 40 love. Agassi's up a break in the third. And the big one down the middle. 13th ace. Holds that one for Mirnyi.
3 games.
Back at Arthur Ashe Stadium, where Agassi's serving up a break, a set apiece, and now 15 all. That was just wide.
Did they show him some reward there?
So Andre trying to be sure that he doesn't lose that edge. It's the first time he's got a little bit of a lead here.
Getting a little momentum here, trying to build on it. Keep Mirnyi from charging. See if they get Mirnyi's energy to dip a little.
There's a better pass. Well, we've been joined here in the booth by 2 lovely and talented ladies. The lovely and talented Patty Smythe McEnroe and a budding tennis analyst, your friend Penny Marshall. This, if you could
Now
hear
we're talking.
if you could hear what
She wants to
we
direct
hear.
us. That's what she wants to do.
Well, of course, Penny directed such a spectacular movie about women's baseball. A League of Their Own, one of the classics. A women's tennis movie could be next. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not right here.
Patty's. We're gonna let you be able to hear Penny's answer in a moment here. Well, now, pretty pivotal moment.
What do we have here?
A chance for Mirnyi. Only his 2nd break point of the match. Oh, and Mirnyi has come back to level the set.
It's like I said, Ted, he's better off coming right in off that serve. And see, Andre's irritable right now. He just blew a break. He had a makeable passing shot, but it's tougher to pull off. And this guy's a monstrous man at 6'5".
Well, that is huge. Just at a time when Andre felt like he might be able to impose his will a bit here. Now Mirnyi's right back in it.
15 now.
It was that bad vibe, Ted. See, you forgot the men. You know, it was a women's tennis movie. You know, we had to bring up a league of their own.
There you go. There you go.
Watch Andre knife this backhand return. Mirnyi's looking to kick it up high. He just slices and dices it up the line for the winner.
The look on the face tells a lot.
It's hard not to get a little flat here. Upset with himself. Letting Mirnyi back in this 3rd set. Take a look what Agassi's trying to deal with. It's this mountain of a man. Fit, flexible, eager, energetic. And he is putting up quite a fight so far.
Wow, is that going to send him to the sit down with a little extra energy?
Love it.
Well, this has the makings. One that this could be a classic finish.
It's love 15 here. Agassi's definitely stressing a bit at the moment.
You can see that look on his face, but the one time when you just thought Andre was about to get himself steeled here to take a lead, and Mirnyi's come right back.
Mirnyi should not forget what got him back in this third set. He needs to keep pressuring Agassi. Get into the net. That's just wide. This is 1 set all. 3-4 Agassi serving at 30 all. I wonder he's taking a deep breath here. This is a tricky time for him. That's it. Get that first serve in. Hope that Mirnyi goes for too much, which he did there.
Well, Andre calms down. 2 big points. 4 all in the third. A month ago, Andre had a pretty easy win over Mirnyi on a hard court. There'd be absolutely no carryover tonight.
Both players are in different ways tougher to beat in best-of-5 set matches. Max, you can see, is a man who plays with a lot of energy, physically quite strong. Agassi as well. How about those hands? Makes his opponent work much harder than he does. But if Mirnyi continually attacks the net, he can keep the points reasonably short. The half volley there, and he's pumped up that he could flick that away for a winner. That's where playing doubles pays off. Mirnyi, as we pointed out, still in the doubles. See his doubles partner watching on. Mahesh Bhupati in the red hat. They play the defending champs tomorrow. Black Uliet. That's Wayne Black. The younger brother. There's Bhupati right there.
Fifth double for Mirnyi. Save for a few exceptions. He's been relentless coming to net. Almost 100 points now.
And that's exactly what his coaches, his father, Nick Bollettieri, have told him he needs to do in order to beat Agassi. He's got to be relentless. That drops inside and lands on both lines. And that is is a solid backhand volley. Agassi just flicks the racket, desperate to do something. Look where it lands.
40-30.
Well, that little flick 2 points ago, they've given Andre some life.
And that's where extra effort can pay off. Look to be out of that game. And now it's Mirnyi sweating it out a bit. A deuce here at 4-all. Some idiot in the crowd yelling right at he's about to serve. And then there's a sign of sportsmanship from Agassi. Wow, giving him a first serve. That is classic. Nash just thumbed his nose at whoever that fool was. That's good stuff.
And after that display of sportsmanship, Agassi wins the point.
That was appropriate and deserved for Agassi.
And now, another pivotal moment for Mirnyi at 4-all break point.
First service.
It's rare you see Agassi pull off a ball like he did there, but it just shows you how much respect he's got for Mirnyi's game, because he was looking to get back in the center of the court for that volley. Oh, what a point.
Yeah, that's a compliment. 21-time Grand Slam winner applauds.
Well, this has been an outstanding quarterfinal match. Mirnyi has answered the bell in a big way, win or lose here. Quality has been very high. Well left.
126-mile-an-hour serve on break point down.
That's a picture that does tell the story. These guys have come to play.
And the other story comes into play again right here, that Mirnyi's been able to survive big points. This will be the 12th break point for Andre, and he's only won 3.
That serve right at the body of Agassi.
You're cringing up here watching that.
I mean, you've got to get out of the way in a hurry. Look at this here. I mean, try returning this. That caught the outside of the line.
Advantage, Mirnyi. Yes.
John, do you get any sense that Andre's timing, can he get into any return rhythm against Mirnyi's serve?
It's easier said than done. And he's trying, believe me, desperately to do this consistently, but that is a very tough task.
And sometimes we've seen that where the returner, especially one of Andre's caliber, can time something.
Not when a guy's hitting this big. You could see he tasted that last return. Really felt like it was going to go in, but missed it. That one, just the way he handled that. He moved, I say this a lot, but he moved forward at a bit of an angle.
Yes.
Took the ball before it got away from him. And he knew that Mirnyi wouldn't be able to cover that if he hit it solidly. This is 6th deuce of this game. And maybe the points are long, but this is Andre's way of making Mirnyi work very, very hard. He can punish people in a variety of ways.
Oh, a double.
Advantage.
His 6th and another break point for Andre. Now this will be the 4th break point in this game. And every one of them, Mirnyi's answered with a big first serve.
That a mere 129 miles per hour.
After over 2 hours.
He's going to need to keep it up. Can he do it? Win 3 sets?
Advantage, Mirnyi.
And he does for this game, his 15th ace. And Mirnyi survives in a remarkable game. Well, it's been a terrific second week. Good tennis every night here at the Open, and tonight no exception. Agassi and Mirnyi locked up in one of these battles that you just sit here. We've seen so many through the years. You have a growing suspicion that this is going to be a literal battle of attrition.
Agassi tosses in his 5th ace of the match. He's kept that percentage up high, 66%. Trying to keep Mirnyi from hovering and attacking that net.
Well, he'd love to have a fast one here and put Mirnyi right back up
To
there
that
to serve.
long, tough game he just served.
That's just what Andre delivers for 5-all. You know, John, in some ways, the measure of this match is that Andre's one of the great returners of this sport, has had 13 break points against a guy serving as well as Mirnyi. And Mirnyi's response has been to win most of them.
So it's not that Agassi hasn't returned well. It's not that Mirnyi hasn't served well. This has been a very, as I said a few minutes ago, a very high quality match. You just have to wonder how long Mirnyi can keep this up. Serving at this pace, the effort and skill required to pull off an upset win over Agassi. After all, we're not talking about Pete Sampras out there, winner of 13 Grand Slams. This is Max Mirnyi's first trip to a Grand Slam quarterfinal.
And I think it's a great point. He just had a 7-deuce game. Quick sit down. Quicker game on Andre's serve, and now he's got to go back to blast away.
Back. It's a mental thing as much as a physical thing. And Agassi fully aware of that. And what Mirnyi didn't want to do early in this game, he did. Toss in that double, first point. That's long. I don't know if Max knows it, but that ball was called out, and it's love 40. He sure knows it now.
Love 40.
That's long. So Mirnyi does fall finally, and Andre will serve for the 3rd set. Ted Robinson, John McEnroe, our entire USA team here at New York City. And a terrific night match in the men's quarters. Andre Agassi trying to go up 2-1.
We've been on for 12 straight hours again, Ted, right? Did we go off today? We didn't go off today, did we?
We did take us.
What's wrong with us? We're slacking in our old age. Well, that ball looked long,
yes.
but it didn't matter because Mirnyi missed the next backhand.
Andre's smart, doesn't say a word.
Gives him the cold, hard look, shakes his head, got his point across. 2 points from a 2-1 lead. Make that 1. Mirnyi has let down here, just the wrong moment.
You made a great point, John, during the long game at 4-all. Even though it was an odd way, it was Andre's way of making Mirnyi work. And the toll came 2 games later.
Oh, what a way to end it.
Agassi by 7 games to 5.
2 sets to 1 for Agassi. So Mirnyi holds here to start the 4th set. Interesting. Now you were calling the Hewitt match today. He got a great break last year with a call in his Roddick match. Not that he needs. Not that he needs.
Well,
it.
he got a break there in that match, Ted. But at the same time, Anawi had played to 2:15 early into Tuesday morning, and so his legs were starting to feel stiff. He was feeling some pain, a little like jelly as well, and at the end of that match, and that gave Hewitt the break. By the way, it's not a good call. I don't think it would have changed the outcome at that point. Maybe it would have gone on a little longer.
15-0.
We've seen this before in this match. Mirnyi on the attack, Agassi with the backhand pass.
We hope you'll join us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Roddick and Sampras. There's no first match tomorrow night, so we'd anticipate that Roddick and Sampras will get going maybe a quarter past the hour. We're not going to tell you what's following. You don't want to know. But we believe in truth in advertising. We'll tell you probably 15, 20 past the hours when Roddick and Sampras will hit first ball.
Give us a little time when we come on air to build up the match
40-30.
between these 2 great American players. Roddick looking to break through and reach his first Grand Slam semifinal. Sampras says he's got 1 more in him. Oh, he wanted it right there. He hoping it would come to that forehand. So he could end that point in a flourish. He sure did. See, he starts running that way. I hope it comes there because I'm not ready to hit a backhand volley. Guess right.
I mean, it's just wonderful to watch a match like this because we just don't see it very often. Just total contrast in styles.
See it when Pete plays Andre.
Right. Which doesn't happen too often anymore, sadly. We saw it with the great Rafter Agassi matches at Wimbledon.
That's right. 2 of the classic matches to me.
But that's what's so nice to see, where we got one of the great passers in the game, great returners against the big server who'll just be relentless at net.
He's now been to net 123 times. He's won just a little over half the points. That's not normally going to get it done.
He got over the top.
He froze Mirnyi there. He hesitated, waited that split-second longer on that forehand, which allowed him to pull this shot off. See, he could have hit it a little early, but he waited till the ball dropped a little lower. That way he could force Mirnyi to lean that body weight forward, because you have to be on your toes when you make a quick move at net. You don't want to be on your heels. And he's got him where he wants him. 1-all, fourth set. Mirnyi up high is lethal, which would make you realize how impressive it was that Agassi broke. Don't forget, he was down 45. He just flicked at that ball. That was the game he broke, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he just flicked at the ball and it went in. And both.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
that was a 4-all game.
That was the long game with a flick.
Well, my point was is he handles the high ball well.
Right.
He's still got some heat on that serve. That 127 miles per hour, 2.5 hours into this match.
Watch now Mirnyi from the America Online Go Cam.
That may have been the first time, I don't recall another time in the match where he served and stayed back. Not surprisingly to me, he lost that point. Well, there's a volley there. As I said, he's got excellent flexibility. He's obviously very, very strong. He's kept that racket in front of him so he could use Agassi's pace just to place that where he wanted it. Is he getting a little leg weary?
And I'm wondering, is now Andre's starting to hit some returns on the first serve.
Mirnyi, for sure, the first time he stayed back on a first serve. He's had his chances. 15 break point chances for Agassi, converted 4.
Long. So that gives Mirnyi the hold. 2-1 Mirnyi, fourth set, 2-1 Agassi. Well, last year we were honored to watch one of the great matches in U.S. Open history. Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi here under the lights, and I don't know if the match can equal.
It'll be tough to top
tomorrow,
that,
but the electricity may.
It's going to be quite exciting tomorrow evening.
Bring the youthful energy of Roddick as he runs into the great champion Sampras.
Let's get those New Yorkers to show up by 7:30. So get it right from the beginning of that match.
And now 40-15 on Agassi's serve here. With 1-2 in the fourth set.
40-15.
Well, we should reiterate, if we haven't talked about it enough already, how incredibly fit Andre Agassi is. He is scurrying around that court, working awful hard out there himself. Ball looked to be just wide. Now Mirnyi has held the 2-1 in the fourth. He's won a couple points in this game. I don't like what he's doing, though. He's starting to stay back more and more. He is yet to come in this game, which for him is unheard of. It's not that he hasn't hit a couple big shots, but there we go.
And there you go, Andre.
Great idea, John. Idiot.
He's been uncorking one passing shot after another tonight.
He's trying to come up the middle of the court to take away the angle from Agassi, but Andre found it anyway.
And if Andre senses that Mirnyi may be tiring at all, this is what he wants. Keep putting the pressure on him.
Because if it doesn't pay off here, pay off for him maybe in the 5th set if necessary.
15 years.
The last thing that goes usually is when these big bombers can serve is their serve. And
that's what's
lay it out on the line.
See, that's what's amazing. I mean, the ability to have the stamina, the strength to serve this way for hour after hour.
When you're not running, you're not stopping and starting like you do when you get into a point. So.
But you think the shoulder would just give?
It's the legs that give 99 times out of 100. And you're playing a best-of-5 set match before the shoulder gives out. How's that for a volley? Well, Tommy Haas might disagree. He's been struggling with the arm and shoulder problems. Didn't allow him to serve at 100% pace. And lost a heartbreaker to Sampras yesterday. Agassi keeps those backswings so short that he can generate pace, just finishes the racket moving forward, finishes his swing, and takes his opponent's pace, and the ball's back on you in a flash. Max has a tendency at times to lose his balance a little bit. Yep. Andre's been pretty proficient on both sides. Mirnyi's certainly gone after the backhand more often. He left that down the line backhand wide open for Agassi, and he took advantage there.
Well, that shot's been there a couple of times in this set.
The bounce in Mirnyi, he's not quite there. He guesses there a little early, and Agassi picked up on it.
That's 41 passing winners for Andre. And now his 16th break point of the match.
Just barely caught the line.
And now the champion can see a finish line in what has been a brutally tough match. 15 all here, and Agassi's serve at 3-2 in the 4th. And here's where you expect Andre, now that he's got a guy down, keep him there. And we'll see if Mirnyi has enough left to see if he'll fight his way up. By the way, not only do we not have that special Monk movie coming up, but an episode of Monk Follows Tennis tonight on USA.
God, Monk is all over the airwaves. Mirnyi, it's a big forehand there. Try to get back in this match. That's wide. You can hear him breathing a little heavier, grunting a bit. And Mirnyi's going to have to dig deeper than he's ever dug to pull this one out here now. Because he's playing one of the all-time great finishers. He really steps on the gas pedal when he senses he's got his opponent in trouble.
They're 2 games away for Agassi. We got another Expedia.com question for the experts. Do you go outside?
I'm not getting near that.
No one asks that question of Serena Williams or Venus Williams, do they?
No, that's what happens when you don't win as much as people expect. And what started as a great year for Capriati, that phenomenal comeback against Hingis. And you can see how much has changed in the space of 9 months, Ted, because Hingis had match points to win the Australian. Capriati made this incredible comeback. Next thing you know, Capriati's lost a couple times Maresmo and Wimbledon in the U.S. Hingis has surgery. She's just coming back. Things have changed for those two.
But amazing how one player can be that block sometimes. And for Jennifer, it's been Maresmo.
But we should point out that in the semis at the French, when she played Serena, she had won the first set, got herself down 5-2, fought back to 5-all, and almost pulled that match out. How different things could have been. I guess he's not satisfied with one break. He wants another one. And knowing him, he may get it. All Mirnyi wants to do is hold here. If he loses the next game, hold again, force Agassi to serve this out.
Just think what Saturday could be. Agassi's 2 games away from playing Saturday. Either Roddick or Sampras is going to play Saturday. Obviously, there's hope for Lindsay, Davenport, and Maresmo, but you've got to believe that the Venus and Serena are going to be the ones standing Saturday night. And John McEnroe plays Saturday night. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Now, you people are coming out to the women's final. Come a little early. Watch the 2 old guys play. Well, the really old guy and the semi-old guy.
McEnroe and Becker. Saturday.
It's not on TV. So.
The only match we're not televising for the US Open, by the way. Another yeoman's job of production tonight. Greg Picker and Bruce Troit in the truck commanding our outstanding crew. And thanks again to all of our CBS technicians for their work throughout these long days and nights. Andre Agassi trying to get everybody out before midnight tonight. 2 games away. Max Mirnyi proved himself to be a terrific opponent in his first quarterfinal appearance.
Well left by Agassi. Max Mirnyi has hit 65 winners. He's made only 28 unforced errors. He's attacked relentlessly, played with a lot of energy. He's hit 19 aces, 64% of his first serves in. Yet finds himself still down 2-1, down a break here at 4-3 in the 4th.
But here's the thing, the big server, Mirnyi, and he's served beautifully. And there have been 16 break points against him. And Andre's had only 2 break points against him in 4 sets.
Andre's had a good day himself on the serve, over 60%. Another guy, 74 winners, 28 unforced errors. Really outstanding quarterfinal match here as we move on in the quarterfinals. I mean, that is just a terrific passing shot. Just what he wanted, a quick game here to put the pressure again on Mirnyi. He's going to try for the break the next game. There's it. There it is.
Years ago, we first saw him here playing Jeremy Bates. A whole different look for Andre back then. As a baby, really. And now, one game away, 16 years from later, from being in the semifinals again.
There we look ahead to Hewitt Agassi. Hewitt's got the edge, 4-2 career matches. They have played recently in Cincinnati a few weeks ago when Hewitt did win that match. For the record, Hewitt Mirnyi have played 2 matches and split them.
Seven, 5, 6-3 was Hewitt's win in Cincinnati over Andre.
This is a serve that Mirnyi's used effectively, going right at Agassi. Of course, it helps when you hit it 128 miles an hour.
And if you're Mirnyi, remember it was a struggle for Agassi to serve out the second set. Make him try to serve out the match. 40-15.
Excuse me. Well, if nothing else, he was headed to the sidelines, right? He can turn around and look at how fast and how early he took that serve. He sensed and realized that, at least on the second serve, Mirnyi's pace has dropped a bit. He is stepping in and he's all over that serve. It's out.
That is long, and Agassi is in the semis.
What a phenomenal last four return of serve.
Twice a champion here. It is the 8th time that Andre Agassi has reached the semis at the U.S. Open. And what an electric Saturday is shaping up. Agassi and number 1 and defending champ Hewitt.
Well, we expected and hoped, but it's going to happen. A fabulous matchup with the top seed Leighton Hewitt, Andre Agassi tomorrow. A couple more quarterfinal men's matches to round out the semifinal draw.
And we hope you'll join us tomorrow night for what should be an awesome night. Sampras and Roddick. Until then, let's go down to Chris Myers.